Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be building a custom 24 scale crawler. We're not using anything to go off of as far as the chassis goes. We're just going to completely build it from scratch. So been waiting maybe a week or two for all these parts to come in. Everything's finally come in, so let's get started. Here's all the parts. We got some mud slingers here. Here we go. Mud slingers. Some Treal wheels. These for the wheels as well. This is the battery. This is transmission. We're going to be doing 4-wheel steering. So these are RC all-wheel drive portaled axles. Pretty excited about these. We're also going brushless with the Furatech. So that. What else we got here? Steering servo. 2 of those. I'm going to try these out. These are Power Hobby. Power Hobby shocks. So we'll give those a shot. I am going to do the overdrive again on this, like I did on the Bronco. So we'll put that in the front axle. And then what we're going to do for links, so I have 2. These are the same. These are for a Gladiator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rob parts from both. For the rear links, we're using the rear links in the rear and the front off of the Gladiator kit. So we're going to have an extra as long as we can get it. Same thing with this. These are both for Gladiators. There's part numbers. We're going to use these drive shafts. Alright, and da-da-da. This is what we're going to use for the frame. Okay, so let's start building everything here. And the transmission's also all aluminum. Alright, so I'm going to have links to the majority of this stuff in the description below if you want to take a look at that. And let's get started. Also guys, check this out as well. I'm going to have a link in the description for this. The rings for the beadlock wheels, these, he makes these to fit them perfectly, and you can get them in metal, copper and brass, I believe. So we're going to put those on. That's what it is. KillrChassis, check them out. And then what I did on mine is I painted them black, because like everything else I have, it's all black. So that's how they come, and that's what we're going to go with. Alright, so I went ahead and took the transmission apart off camera. I wanted to make sure that this was going to work because it's an off-brand. I believe it's Ochiki is how you say it. So I took the cover off. Take this gear off. And then this motor plate's going to come off, and that's what you're left with. You want to make sure nothing spills out of here, all your little gears. Okay, so this piece you're going to use, and it's going to go this one up here. Block. right here. And they do sell this as a kit on their website. So we're going to use this mount, and that piece is going to go right here on this. And you also get new gears as well. Let me finish putting that together, and I'll be right back. Alright, here's a little update. So I got the transmission apart and mounted to the motor mount, which is the red piece. Got my little gear in here, which is provided with the Puritech kit. A couple of these screws, so if you do go with this transmission, these screws are really cheap. So 2 of the screws stripped out already, had to replace them. So I just got to put this cover on. And actually, you know what, we're going to leave this cover off because I'm going to put the motor on. We'll put the gear on, and then we'll put the cover on last. These are a really beautiful motor. I have this in my Bronco as well. So that's going to go right here. And then we'll put the gear on as well. Of course, it's not going to cooperate. I believe I put it on that way on the last one. So let's do that. Alright, got the motor attached to the motor mount and the transmission, so everything's one piece now. Beautiful setup. Alright, let's get everything else going. Alright, got the motor all mounted up to this center brace here. If you do go with the metal transmission, just know that fitting that into the grooves in this brace, it is a very tight fit. You have to just give it a little bit of elbow grease, it'll go in. Alright guys, motor's all done. Now I'm going to get the motor mounted into the chassis. Here's the chassis. This is a Puritech Seed. Alright, so we're going to get that mounted up. It's going to go right in there like that. So lucky me, the model that I got for the scythe is a little defective maybe. I don't know if they did this wrong or just my luck, but the motor doesn't sit centered. So this piece here that goes over the motor was rubbing. So I had to take that piece off and shave a little bit of it off there. You can kind of, I don't know if it's coming through on the camera, but it's a little transparent now. See right here where I had to take some off? It sits closer to one side. So it's been freely now. Just kind of sucks that I had to do that. Alright, back to the build. Alright, so if any of you guys get the RC all-wheel drive axles, I have seen people trying to, you know, take screws out of this or whatever to do modifications to it, and they break off. So it looks like they're putting a warning on here now. Make sure you heat them up. Just take like your soldering iron or something, put it to the screw, heat it up, and then take it out so it loosens up the glue. Alright, I'm going to start on the axles. RC all-wheel drive. I'm going to go with the Emax steering servos. Comes with a mount and a servo horn. this put on here. Alright, ran into another problem. So when you put the Jura servo mount onto the axle, if you're going to go with an RC all-wheel drive, the pack comes with these, but these aren't long enough. So luckily I had some extra ones laying around from when I did the Bronco. You need those to go through here. Okay, so let's put the servo on. Hopefully those screws are going to work. Okay, perfect. That mounts right up, and then once I get electric to this, then we'll center that and we'll put that servo horn on there. But that's it for that one. I'm going to do the same thing with this one, except I'm going to take the cover off of this, so I'm going to have to go heat this up, and we're going to put these overdrive gears in there. This will be the front one, and that'll be the rear. Alright, got the axle all mocked up here. We'll put the servo on it. I'm going to go ahead and finish dressing this axle. We're going to put these Treal, I believe these are 0.5, yeah, plus 0.5 millimeters, 12 grams. Those are going to go in place of the ones that come with these axles. It's going to push it out a little more and gives it a little flare. So let's get these out of here, put them on this, and we'll start on the next one. Alright, so I got these wheel hexes mounted up to the axles now. Alright, time to do some wheels and tires. This is what we're going to go with. We're doing the purple Treals. It's going to match. Love me some matchy-matchy. And then we're also going to be putting these bead locks that I told you guys about. Those are going to go on there as well, so that's what it's going to look like. And we're also going to be running the mudslingers like I have on the Bronco. Love these tires. So let's get these torn apart, put them together. Definitely recommend using one of these, a magnetic tray. If you don't have a magnetic tray, something like this works fine. Those are all the screws you have to deal with putting these bead locks on. Don't want to lose them. Alright guys, got one mocked up for you already. I just got 4 screws in there to hold this bead lock in there. But that's what it's going to look like. That is going to look sweet. Look at that purple. And that bead lock makes a world of difference because this is the one that comes with. If I can hold it. If I can hold it, I can show you. Here we go. That is the one that it comes with. Just that little guy. That's almost, I don't know, 2.5 times the size of it right there. So let's get the rest of these screws put in. Not sure if that's going to come through on the camera or not. That does look wicked. I'm glad I went with the purple on this. Okay, there we are, all mounted up.